I know that the group of guys that we have, we're going to make sure that our job gets done.
So how far can the Miami Heat go down here?
We can win this.
You think you can win the whole thing?
Yes. Yes.
You know you're not favored to.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Speaking for myself, I don't give a damn what anybody says. And I think I can speak for my teammates when I say they don't give a damn either.
The Heat made it, the Eastern Conference Finals, behind some spectacular play of Jimmy Butler. So let's look at why he's able to dominate, especially in that fourth quarter. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. These playoffs have been amazing. Every series has been enjoyable. We've seen teams, players, and even coaches get exposed.
It's a bad shot.
Yeah, and now we're in the conference finals, so now more than ever, it's time to turn notifications because we're coming out with more heat. Also, one hot take go tonight on Twitch, and to the 86% that are not subscribed, just subscribe. We just saw Jimmy Butler throw in another Jimmy Butler performance in Game 1, an and one game winner. In Game 2, he had all those clutch steals. Jimmy Butler is the solution, not the problem. He kept a falling Bulls team afloat, a Timberwolves franchise to the playoffs for the first time since 2004, a Sixers team one shot away from being the past NBA champions, and now leading a Heat team to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time after the LeBron James era. Jimmy Butler has been a winner everywhere he's gone. I mean, just look at the teams after he's left. This is usually the LeBron James argument, but LeBron has left teams with teams going into rebuild mode. With the exception of the Bulls, both the Timberwolves and Sixers were trying to get better by getting rid of Butler. And look at their success without Butler. The Timberwolves failed to make the playoffs. The Sixers looked like a mess, and now Brett Brown got fired. The media ran with Jimmy Butler being a locker room problem, that it was his way or the highway, which would rub players the wrong way. But that's dead wrong. People forget that Joel Embiid and Butler were good friends and still support each other. JJ Reg had Butler on his podcast, and Butler explained his philosophy.
Click, click. All right, guys, let's go practice. Why did we just go through this? That's literally what's going on in my head. So I come to you. I said, JJ, why would I go back in there again? We didn't do nothing. Nothing got accomplished. But I just feel like it's okay to speak your mind. Ain't nothing wrong with it. The worst thing that Brett could have said was, F you, no. And then you just go back to just being quiet. But at least you get to say what you got to say.
In fact, he was mad for Ben when the coaching staff decided to give Butler the ball after going to Ben the whole year. Karl-Anthony Towns had an issue with Butler, but also this is his logic for someone playing well.
Well, give me an argument about why you think that. Show me statistical facts of why you think this. He averaged 31.6 points in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
It was killing. He was trying to drag his team into the finals.
Right.
And you're telling me the man struggled?
We need context, not just stats. And now we look at the Heat. The team is grand grind. They trust one another completely. They hype each other up. They have a sense of structure on the court. They know who to go to when the game is going down the wire. They have leaders like Dragic, who is also a comic presence. It's not as if Butler has alienated his teammates here. In fact, they've embraced him fully, and look at the results. One of the stories throughout the regular season was Butler's horrible shooting. He was shooting 24% from 3, which is his lowest 3-point percentage since his rookie season. But the Heat were winning. And Butler's solution to that was to not take threes. But unlike Russell Westbrook, Butler can hit the long mid-range at a higher rate. On top of that, he gets the free throw line more simply by being methodical in the paint, because Butler has what I like to call grown man strength. He really bumps a lot of defenders off of him and a lot of times takes a sort of mini jumper right near the paint. He's calm and collected. He's not rushing anything, he's just choosing his spots. Butler's done this without adding the biggest weapon in the NBA today, a 3-point shot. Yeah, Butler's shooting 50% from 3, but he's only taking 2 per game in the playoffs. In fact, those 3-point attempts come at the very important moments of the game. It's not as if Butler doesn't get left open, he just denies the 3-point shot and attacks. Butler's game is all about adjustments, whether it's the adjustments in reading a defense or in his jump shot, even on his layups. The entirety of his game is to leave what I like to call exit options. He gets into his offensive bag in the fourth quarter because That's what he's built for, a half-court offense. Kobe said this in a documentary before, and I like to go back to it because it's pretty crazy if you think about it. Kobe said that throughout the game, he would see openings in the team's defense, but he would not take advantage of them. He would see where he'd get a mid-range elbow jumper right there, how the defense was reacting if he moved to his left versus his right, where he could pull up, where he would get a little spin jumper. He would take note of it, but never really use it until the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, that's when he would start to go to those weaknesses, and that's where his team would be able to either pull away or get back into the game and win the game. Because after the fourth quarter, there's no more game left unless you go into OT. It might not look like it, but Butler also pretty much has every shot in his arsenal. He has the side step 3, the step back mid-range, the turnaround jumper, pull up, going right, going left, and he can muscle his way for layups. Specifically his mid-range game, he can make any shot. That paired with the fact that the Heat have shooters all around gives Butler the space to go for whatever shot he wants. It's not necessarily that he is the league best at any of those, because he's not. It's just that he's capable of taking and making any of those shots. Watch the fourth quarter run against the Bucks in Game 3 with Butler hitting every type of shot. Go back to Game 1 against the Pacers. Bob Myers said it really well when it comes to the playoffs and what changes, specifically when guarding offensive players.
The playoffs are nothing like the regular season. Whatever they know he does well is gone. So that's where you need to check as many boxes as you can. Even shooters, we played some great shooters in the playoffs and have neutralized them. Because if that's all you can do is shoot the 3, then you're not necessarily the weapon that we sometimes make you out to be in the regular season. That 2 feet of space you had in the regular season is 2 inches. And you watch how many players cannot make a shot in the playoffs and shoot 42% in the regular season. It's not the same thing. So why does that matter? The more dimensions you have to your game, the harder you are to take away. Shoot the 3, get fouled, get to the free throw line, drive to the basket. Well, how am I going to go? What should I have done against Paul Pierce? I'll let him shoot 3. No. Let him go to the rim. No. Foul him. No. Keep him off the free throw. There's too many things he does. Left, right, whatever. Oh, and by the way, let's pick on him defensively. No. That's what makes a Hall of Fame player.
That's why Butler is so much to handle, because he has developed his game to have multiple exit options. He can be a playmaker with the way the Heat move off ball. They move in response to Jimmy. It's a unit, and that's a credit to Eric Spoelstra, who always makes the team a tough team to play against. There's also the whole IQ aspect to Butler. We've established that he has grown man strength, and he uses that defensively to sort of be a wing wall. Ask TJ Warren. But then there are solo plays like this. Jimmy Butler switches on to Marcus Smart and directs Dragic to go on to Tatum. That's because he recognized the set that the Celtics were about to run, so when they did, Butler would switch onto Tatum and there would be an immediate help in Dragic, who could sag off of Smart without fully committing. And this way, Dragic was not the primary defender on Tatum. Butler's a defensive quarterback. He makes winning plays, and that's the difference. He's not worried about stats, not worried about what people think. It's all about putting forth the best effort and winning. And I can get behind that. I think it's time we acknowledge the fact that Jimmy Butler has intangibles, things that won't show up in the stats, and that he actually helps the culture, not hurts it. I mean, the Heat look like a fun team. Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo was cracking jokes, Dragic there with his antics, Duncan Robinson gets included. Like, the whole team is a unit. They're like a family, and they trust one another. And I think Jimmy Butler adds a lot to that feel. So now this is the Heat's moment, and they are taking advantage. But what do you think? Will the Heat make the finals? Drop a like, follow me on Twitter and Insta for my initial thoughts on games, Twitch be poppin', and if you're still here, you a real one, so comment bag so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Gail, and the all-day notification bar shout goes to Andrew Campos. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to bell for all your notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit the subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibing.
Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No.